All right, welcome to our final podcast on Da Vinci Stories Untold. This is our senior life, and I'm Ryan.
I'm Devin.
My name is Sheldon.
I'm Matthew.
Yeah, and we're here at Senior Showcase right now. It is a lively event.
Do you want to talk about what that is? Senior Showcase is?
Yeah, Senior Showcase is where we all have certain projects during our senior year. When you come to Da Vinci, well, I don't know if you guys will be in the same campus as us because that got shut down. But when you come here, you're going to have to do senior projects and you'll be able to leave early. And it's basically a community thing where you try to help a certain community. And that's basically what a senior showcase is. And we're just showing that off today.
Yeah, so senior projects are where they last like, what, 3 months?
Yeah, 2-3 months.
You work on one project, that time with a group. You can do it by yourself, but it might be yourself.
Yeah.
But like all your classes have actually stopped at that point.
Yeah, so today we're just going to be asking questions. Getting questions from other
have
people
people ask us questions.
about what senior life is really about. And I guess this is also what senior projects is about. Daniel, can you tap Daniel? All right, I'm gonna stand up. Daniel, you have the first question for us.
All right.
All right. Ask us. What's the question? You can ask us any question.
Any question?
Yeah, it's it's about senior life. So.
All right.
What is it like being a senior?
What's like your least favorite thing about design?
Okay, the question was, what is your least favorite thing about design? Everyone, start.
Okay, one of my least favorite thing about design is the teachers. And
Teachers?
The meaning by that is we had a lot of different teachers, like a bunch. I had 3 different advisory teachers throughout my whole stay here, so that's one of the things I don't like is the teachers. But there's other things, but I think my co-host here can go into it a bit. Yeah.
I think in general, teachers, like at every school, there's going to be some not so great
Yeah.
ones. So, yeah, I got to say, probably teachers are probably one of the worst. I think administration and the way they schedule things.
Sure. Yeah. The worst thing I hate about design in general is that it's more focused towards design, even though like it's a design school. I wish they had more options, and also like the scheduling is like really bad. Like the lunch schedule. The lunch schedule is terrible, and things like that. So I'd say that's like the worst thing in design.
My least favorite thing would be split between teachers and just scheduling. They feel like they're all over the place. Teachers, there's some not good ones, and then scheduling is like all over.
Yeah. Miles, you want to ask us a question? Come on, one question.
Ask a question. Mr. Miles, why are you acting shy?
Yeah, I'm gonna come up. You want to ask us a question?
Can I sit down?
You can sit down.
Okay.
You can talk too.
Okay. I just want to ask, what do you think Da Vinci should have brought more to the students and to the school?
All right. I think, in my experience, I think Da Vinci should have brought more awareness because I didn't know like we had the things we do. Like I did not know we had a recording studio. I did not know we had a green room. I did not know we had a lot of things until my senior year and we about to leave.
You know what? I really agree with you, because it is sad that we did not know a lot of things that could actually help us, or that we could find fun things to do. But I also feel like there was a reason why they didn't tell us. I think it has something to do with trust and responsibility. I think it has to do with those two things. But
Yeah, understandable facts because we kind of like messed ourselves up, our image as students, but also COVID too because we were on Zoom a year. So I don't really blame them completely, but yeah, and not knowing the certain things that the privileges that other schools don't have that we have, that does suck.
now I will say, during my time during Da Vinci, I can recognize and say which school has the most money. I can say that for a fact, but I also can say one thing is that Da Vinci, I would like to say they tried their best to provide for us and to try to give us something that can help us for our future and to have us to maintain something as knowledge, as a piece of information that we could use later on. I can say they tried doing that, but I can say they could put more effort into it and I call them mean girls. I call.
All right. All right. Next question. This is my Kyle. All right.
I'm
gonna ask the question.
All right. Do you guys feel like Da Vinci has properly prepared you for college?
I'm gonna start off with this. Da Vinci has not prepared us at all for college. Hold on. So I don't think Da Vinci has prepared us at all. I mean, obviously in project-based learning and presentations.
Hi everyone.
But
thanks so much for coming tonight.
I don't think so.
So has Da Vinci prepared us for college? I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
I think
First of all, we don't even have a college career readiness class anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think they tried to. They had a college career readiness class. However, the teacher left. So for us, I think we did feel like a little unprepared. However, like also, I think the workload has been a little light. And like going into college, I think it's going to be a different experience.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like they did prepare us because I would say they made an effort with the college career readiness class, but as you said, Matthew, the teacher left like 3 months in.
Yeah.
And they also didn't touch on certain topics for colleges, which I feel like they should have touched on.
What are you, Sheldon?
Okay, one thing, I mean, I will say about college and career readiness, they did not, but I can't really blame them because our teacher had health complications and that's out of their control. But one thing I do think they prepared us well with is the expectation of working with groups and projects. Because in college, we are going to be having to do that a lot, and having that experience is going to be huge. Because most people are not going to understand how to work with people well. So I think Da Vinci did prepare us well for that.
Does that answer your question? All right. You wanted it?
No, you're done.
Hold up. One thing I can say is that in terms of preparing us for college, I feel like that should have been more brought up during our freshman year instead of this year. Because to be honest, we don't really didn't have enough time to really do that. And I feel like if we didn't done this in freshman year, we could have been more prepared and more ready to be able to apply to colleges, to be able to get to do more classes and stuff. Because some people did not know what college they wanted to go to or what classes they wanted to take yet. But I feel like that should have been discussed more earlier on instead of at like the last minute of high school.
I 100% agree. Like going into the senior year, I really didn't know like what colleges I wanted to go to, what major I wanted to go into, things like that. And I felt like that should have been addressed a lot earlier, like you said, and prepared us more for that, you know? Because that's like a big step in your life that you have to choose, right?
Yeah, especially in your senior life, right?
Yeah.
Like what we're talking about now. During your senior year, you're going to really have to decide what you're doing with your college and like what you're going to do after high school. Because it's the final year in your high school, right? Like you really have to know what you're going to do afterwards. It's fine to take that gap year, but really, you really got to try and figure that out.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to ask us a question?
I definitely agree with all of you are saying, because I feel like another thing that the school could have done to prepare us is to let us know different programs that are available, because there are a lot of programs that, you know, not everybody goes to like a 4-year right away. So there are a lot of programs that can help you get to where you need to go. And the schools don't really tell you that until like you're about to go to college, and they want to list all the programs. I feel like that should start earlier.
All right. Thank you guys for your time. Yeah, so those are some interesting topics that we went over, right? Did Da Vinci prepare us for college? What else did we cover?
What's our favorite
Yeah.
things about Da Vinci?
What was our least favorite things about Da Vinci? Things like
Talk
that.
about our least favorite. Do you want to talk about our favorite?
Sure, we can go into that. What was your guys' favorite things about Da Vinci? You want to go down?
Yeah, I'll start. My favorite thing? Have to think for a moment on that. Let's see. I feel like my favorite thing.
You want to ask us a question?
Yeah.
All right, after Devin talks.
All right. My favorite thing I would say would be the pathways in the beginning. I feel like they were pretty good, and
Like design and...
design, architecture. They
Yeah,
taught a
yeah.
lot. I feel like in the beginning, and also I appreciate the college career readiness class in senior year.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite things were the senior events. Like, and grad night, which is coming up, and prom and things like that. That was my favorite thing. What about you?
Yeah, my favorite things were pretty much things that you already said. Like, I like the fact that we don't have really too much homework, and I like the fact that we have projects that we actually get to work with our friends. So I think that's actually pretty cool. And yeah, that's one of my things I like about the school.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. Like, definitely the senior events; those have been really nice. Like, we went to downtown LA just for a field trip, right? Just for really fun of it. Really explored. And I also have to say, definitely the workload has been nice.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's not busy work, and I feel like we're actually learning something when we do some work in the projects.
Yeah, so you guys are basically done with the senior project process. You just have your final POL and today's showcase. What do you think about that process? I mean, it's something different. Other schools don't have it, but what do you think about this process? Do you think it's a valuable learning experience?
Great question. My personal opinion, I think it's a great experience. It's kind of like we're taking something in our own hands, right? And we get to go out and really build a community around this. And I feel like that's something that we're going to be doing a lot in college. And it's a great experience, I would say.
I'd have to agree. Yeah. Definitely. It's a different experience than normal high schools, right? Normally they'd have to take like final tests, but I feel here we can really get into our passion, do something that we want. Not only do something that we like to do, but also something that will help the community out. As well.
Yeah, the process was it was interesting. Like, we actually had to do a lot. Like, I think the senior progress step and style, it was going to help us prepare for the real world. Like, a lot of groups, not including ours, so we have to like reach out to charities to do a bunch of cold calls. We got to pick up new skills with recording and making podcasts like we're doing right now, and also just getting stuff together and like actually using architecture and building things to help better the school. So knowing all that and having the process that the school made us do, that's going to help us be better out in the real world when we graduate.
I feel like I like the senior project process. It gave us a large chunk of time to do what we wanted, like help the community, get with your friends, do something that you want to enjoy.
Just letting you know that the videos are going to start playing right now.
Thanks, Frank.
And they're in the ice cream station, which is out that door and to the right. It's labeled ice cream station, big red letters.
You guys want to ask the question?
Okay. What kind of question?
Anything.
Anything about the school, anything about senior life.
Senior life. Anything.
Have you ever cried?
All right.
Like happy cry, sad cry, like
I don't know, like whatever.
No. At Da Vinci, there's a lot of emotions, I would say, especially during senior life. It's like final moments, really, right? All of us together. And I would say I did cry for my volleyball when it ended.
I would have cried if I won state too.
Yeah, and it was an experience, right? And that was the last time I played with my teammates for school, and it was shocking, really, that it ended so fast.
So for me, I didn't really cry. I cried yesterday, but it wasn't like a cry.
Yeah.
I was performing for my choir class. We would have had our final concert yesterday. And when we were performing, right, I'm singing a song, right? And you sing, after a while, when you sing multiple songs, your voice starts to get to you. Like, you can't hit those notes like you once were. So I'm trying to hit the notes, right? And then there's dust in the air. And I'm like, it gets in my eye. And then something gets into my throat. So, like, I'm trying to sing. And I'm having multiple of these things going on with my eye and my throat. So my eye is just going, this eye right here, it's just tear falling down. I'm trying to sing. Like, my friend next to me, Morgan, he asked me if I'm okay and stuff. But yeah, it was a fun concert experience. But that's the only time I ever cried, though.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever cried during high school or like at school. There's definitely been some emotional moments, but I don't think I've ever.
What about you, Devin?
I actually don't know how to answer the question.
All right, yeah, that was a difficult question. I'm gonna go around and ask people, like, if they want to. You guys want to ask the question? Come on, Adrian. Come on. All right, this is about senior life, right? Do you have any questions for us?
What was your favorite year of high school? Do you have any favorite years?
Favorite years of high school?
Favorite year?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah?
I gotta say, senior life.
Senior year?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Either senior year or junior year. Those are pretty good years.
Bro, mine was ninth grade. Ninth grade, Da Vinci was a lot different than it was now. Like COVID really did change things up. But ninth grade, we had a lot more privileges and stuff. Went on more field trips, and overall, the school was like had more of a system in place a little bit, and I just enjoyed it a lot more.
Yeah, I would say honestly, my favorite year is senior year.
Yeah.
I know it's coming to an end and it's gonna be sad, but it was a good time, you know, getting to do the senior projects and all, and like doing all these senior events, like going to grad night, prom, things like that. It was good.
I'd say my favorite would be senior year as well. I actually enjoyed it. There was pretty good teachers, pretty good experiences. I think I liked it a lot.
Thank you, Adrian, for that question.
Yeah, no
and
problem.
you can take a piece of candy if you want. All right.
What are you doing over there? You're standing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right, I'm gonna sit back down.
Oh god.
Wait, so what do you guys think of senior showcase so far? It's music playing, right?
lively right now.
Yeah, pretty lively.
As you can hear music. Right,
Should we?
behind us,
Yeah,
we have a live band here. So that'll be interesting to see.
yeah. Should we talk about our struggles this senior year and struggles with senior showcase? What were your guys' struggles during your senior year and senior showcase and I mean senior projects? That's what I mean.
During senior projects.
Yeah, and like senior year.
I mean, yeah, we're all in the same group, right?
Yeah.
So what kind of things that we struggle with? I definitely say as if you can watch the first episode, right, you'll notice that there was definitely not the best lighting.
Yeah.
So the green screen didn't work out too well. I definitely have to say that. Also, getting the permission for this project, I definitely felt like maybe some teachers weren't on board with it at first.
True.
So we had to really show and
Gain their
show
trust,
our-
really.
Yeah,
right?
show our
Yeah.
goals, really show and prove to them that we can do this, and that really got on the good side and to really push it through.
Yeah, for me, the struggles for senior year, I would say was, sorry, just college applications and college stuff in general. Like we said earlier, our teacher left, and I feel like that was a big blow to us because we really needed that support, really, and it just made things really difficult. I had questions that I needed answers, but no one was there. Right, the counselors, they were there, but they weren't as helpful, and I feel like that was a struggle, really. And another, I say, a struggle for senior project was coming up with an idea. I feel like. I didn't really, we as a group really didn't know what we were going to do. And I was kind of talking about it with you guys, and I was like, what do we need help with? What's good? And I was like, we didn't really have support for colleges, right, from our counselors. And we didn't really have support from anyone. So I was like, why don't we create a podcast to help people, throughout high school? And I feel like that was a struggle to come up with that. And I thank you guys for sticking with us, actually going through with our my idea and our idea. And, yeah.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, this was a good idea, bro, to stick with because, like I said, I think it'd be interesting that the school had videos from students, so that's way when people come to the mission in the future, they get to hear from the students perspective about the school, then hearing about what's it called, the school's version of how the school is. When people that it's in their own interest to hype up the school.
Yeah.
So our unfiltered experiences are better, I think, to show for other students that are going to watch. And also our videos on how to make friends, how to build connections with the teachers and stuff like that. I think it's going to be very helpful to future students.
What was the question?
What were some struggles you had throughout senior year and senior showcase? I mean, senior projects.
I feel like for our senior project, as Matthew said, we did have a bit of challenges trying to actually get it done.
Yeah.
Getting permission, getting the room.
Yeah.
Because some people, It felt like some teachers didn't like it.
Yeah.
Or weren't on board with it. It was a pain to get through to get like, the green room.
Yeah. You weren't there when we were presenting, right?
Yeah.
And we told you it was. But sorry. It was a struggle, right? Some teachers, I felt like they did not like it at all, and yeah. So, should we get more people to ask us questions?
I wouldn't know.
Want to go out?
Hey, Jonathan. Hey, bro, you want to ask a question for our podcast?
I'm here. What's up? You want to answer? I answer questions?
No, you ask us a question. And
I'll ask
answer
you
it
guys
too.
a question?
And then you can answer it too.
All right.
You can sit down right here.
For sure. So I ask you guys a question, right?
Yeah, you can sit down.
So, what's the question, Jonathan?
My question to you guys will be, what was your hardest obstacle to overcome your senior year, 2023?
You want to answer this first?
I could answer it. So it was definitely, for me, it would be overcoming like the shyness of being my first year at a new school, especially it being like my first year, like my last year of high school, senior year. I feel like it was going to be hard to just connect with people, but Da Vinci, I feel like it was a good community, and I feel like, even through like little bumps here and there, I feel like overall I just slid right in,
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice for people who are transferring in like you do? Like how to connect with people and things like that?
So, advice I would give to you guys would be just be yourself. And I feel like people, if they like you for you, they'll gravitate to that. Just be yourself. Don't try to fit in with the groups that are in the school. Honestly, just be yourself and you'll find your people. Like, don't try to fit in. Don't try to be cool. Like, yourself is cool. Like, that's it. Whatever you do yourself is cool,
Yeah, that's good. I'd say it was the most difficult challenge, right?
Yeah.
This year. Probably just stay on task, really. I mean, senior year was like a lot of free time, really, and it was, I'd say, hard to keep on task, right? Because like we can just do whatever we want, right? And that was the most difficult, just staying on task.
I agree with that.
My most difficult challenge, I'd say, be getting through certain classes. Like, I had a big challenge with graphic design in the later years, or the later time. I had a real challenge getting through that, and then I would say math and English too. Like, I felt like
Math and English.
I think they were a big challenge for me throughout the year, more in the later part of the year.
Yeah, I'd have to say probably like the biggest struggle in senior year is probably senioritis. I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Senioritis is pretty much just you get really lazy for like some reason in senior year. You just get really lazy.
Yeah.
You just want to leave. So like you procrastinate like a lot more than you normally would. So like I think that was probably the hardest thing. Really finding the time to stay on task and do my work. That's it.
But thank you for the question and thank you for your time. Yeah. Thank you. You want to ask Pam? Ask Pam if she wants to ask us a question. Yes, Pam. Oh, okay. Ask. Want to ask someone else? Your head hurts? Yeah, I'm not feeling well either, guys. But
You want to ask this question? What? You want to ask us a question? Ask us anything about a senior life.
About what?
Just ask us anything about high school.
What do you think about the cost of college?
That's a great question.
yeah, college can be expensive sometimes, and I'd say look at your options and definitely consider that amount. I mean, if you know you have a dream school and that it may cost a little bit more than your okay school, I'd say definitely college. Yeah, but and also don't be afraid to look into community college. That is free, I'd say, and I'd say yeah, that's what I have to say about it.
So the price of college was what deterred me away from it. And we even during school we talked about like the history of the price for college, and it wasn't so expensive how it is now. And seeing the prices that the schools want you to pay to get a piece of paper, it doesn't seem that important to me. Now, let's say if you're trying to be a lawyer, which I was thinking about doing, that you would need to go to school for that, and you're gonna have to pay to get your law degree, which is gonna set you up a lot, and it's gonna be well worth it in the future. But for me, that's just something I want to do. I'm trying to be a firefighter, and you don't need to go to school for that. Well, you do need to go to school, but you don't need to pay a lot of money to go be a firefighter. So if you are going to pay, I think if you're going to go to college and pay a lot of money, it's going to be something that's going to be worth paying a lot of money for, in my opinion.
I agree. You already answered? Thank you for your question. Thank you. I have to use the restroom, so you guys can continue.
Question you want to ask us? So the question was, what is our project? So our project is we're doing a podcast to help inform like the next students. You know, the underclassmen, like probably like yourself. Do you go to Da Vinci? Yeah. So we're trying to inform them kind of through our experiences in this kind of podcast way. And just share our experiences and like our knowledge and maybe advice that we'd give or advice that we wish we knew coming into high school. What was that? Well, we were kind of talking about like just join like anything that really interests you for extracurricular activities. Like any hobbies that you have, like maybe you might find a club that has it, and you can join that. And if there are no clubs, then really you can push yourself out there and be a leader to start that club, and other people will like most likely join if you have that passion for it.
Guys, what do you guys think of like our accomplishments? Like putting out like 4 videos so far. I don't know, hour-long episodes, pretty good views. What do you guys think?
I think we definitely put in the time and the effort.
Yeah.
We definitely have to set aside time to really get the room that we recorded in. It's called the green room. We had to set aside the time to look into areas to record in. So we had to find a space, right? We had to talk to people. We had to network out to other people to find that space. And once we did, we really had to find the time to set up, every day of the week, and prepare for each episode. So I think it's definitely been like a journey.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Hey, you want to answer the question? All right.
Were they hurt? Okay. Oh no. All right, bro. So you can ask the question.
All right. What do you guys think was the most, not worst thing in a way, but what do you think this school can improve to future kids?
You want to answer that first, or Devin, you want to answer that?
I'd start. I'd say the biggest improvement that they could do would be, make a couple classes better, like improve the quality of the class, and also just keep teachers. Like being able to keep teachers is an important thing.
What type of classes should we add?
Not really add, just improve upon, because I know compared to the pathways, architecture versus graphic design, architecture got like 15 new Oculus headsets, and then graphic design is stuck with, and the graphic design is stuck with the current Macs that they have right now.
Yeah, so I think something that can definitely be improved, like you said, the classes, it's a very small school, so there's very limited classes out there. So like they can definitely add more, but I know it's limited space. But for like senior year, right, we didn't really have like a science class, which I was kind of like looking forward to. I know that we were supposed to have like a psychology class, which would have been really interesting.
Yeah.
But I guess like they didn't have a teacher to do it, so they kind of focused on something else.
Yeah. For me, I think they should bring back student seminars. I feel like the seminars this year were not that good. I mean, there were some that were good, but it wasn't a variety of good ones, I'd say. And I feel like when they were student led, it was a lot better.
You know, like as a new student, like I felt like this school was better, like community based. My old school didn't really teach us about like, I guess, real world problems, and I guess this school does. Like it has entrepreneurship. I know that was really helpful. Economics, Frank, he did a great job teaching people about like everything about the whole world, how the world works, about money. But I feel like this school needs more classes about real life situations. Like no one really teaches us how to do our taxes, do all this stuff.
I 100% agree.
Like I really would want that, so when I grow up into that, I would know how to do it.
Yeah.
So that was my situation.
Do you have any questions for us?
I gotta go do my project now. Sit back.
What was the thing that surprised you about doing this project? Either hard, easy, or most surprising part?
The most surprising thing about this project was probably the rooms that we had access to. Probably I didn't really expect us to have multiple presentations to the teachers, like midway, the pitch, and now final.
I'd say the freedom they gave us for the project. They gave us a lot of freedom, and I feel like it's much different than other POLs.
Yeah, I'd say definitely the freedom. We really got to choose like what project we ended up doing. And like you said, the midways, like I thought it was just gonna be like a one and done pitch, do it, and then we have the free time to work on it. But we still had to come through and show our evidence of work. So.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, kind of like what Ryan said. One of the things that surprised me was access to certain rooms that we had. Like the room, I don't even know that existed. Like, and I went in there, it was like real nice and stuff. So like knowing we have access to these type of rooms really surprised me, and I'm thankful that we were able to experience that.
Do you think you'll do? Do you think you'll do some of your own podcasts in college, or now that you're a graduate, you'll kind of use what you learned in the real world?
I mean, I don't think so. I feel like maybe if this becomes like popular or something, maybe continue it. But I don't see myself.
There are thousands of people that do podcasts for money, or just to get out their opinion.
Yeah, but yeah. What do you think?
I don't know if I would use like do podcasting, but I probably would use it for public speaking. It's like a really good tool, I would say, for like being able to speak to people, like being able to speak in front of audiences.
So for me, I actually am gonna start. I have a YouTube channel. It's not really a podcast, really, but I do express my opinions on certain things. Like, so my YouTube channel is Christian centered. So I just talk about what's like being a Christian in school. I Bible believing Christian because that's a difference. So that's pretty much what I do already. So I'm kind of already doing that.
Yeah.
So
you're just gonna keep doing that?
Yeah, I am. This podcast really helped me.
How many followers do you have on your YouTube channel so far?
I got 39 subscribers. I started it 2 weeks ago.
So what do you think the key is to getting more? What's the key to getting more, clicks? Like for the kind of stuff that you're doing, how do you get people interested in your message?
So one of the things I found out was, like, I'm new to this, but one of the things I found out was using hashtags. So when you use hashtags and you put them in the description of your video, it gets people who want to search up that type of content to be in that kind of search it. And so if you looked up high school, hashtag high school, like in YouTube, your videos are going to be under that because it's under, you put a hashtag high school under it. So people want high school related videos. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And also thumbnails. So you can clickbait your people to click on your video, but I don't want to fraud people to thinking they're going to watch something which you're not really going to be watching. So that's one way to get views, but I'm not trying to do that. But you can also do that, like make a really good thumbnail that might be enticing for certain people to click. Let's say I'm going to be completely blunt. A lot of people pick girls in their thumbnails. They get dudes to click on them. Yeah, so that's one of the things you can do.
All right, thank you, Sheldon, for that. Thank you guys for your questions.
No, I was just saying thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah. All right. Good luck.
You guys don't know, those are my parents.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Those are my parents.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh, thank God they didn't. My dad didn't ask more questions. He would have went on forever.
Really? Oh, dang. I was actually looking forward. I'm actually looking forward to him asking.
You want to ask this question?
You want to ask the question?
Sure, I'll ask you a question. Does it have to be like a specific topic, or?
I mean, high school, really anything.
It can be what? Um. Oh, I have to think now. Hold on. I was motivated by lollipops.
That's a very good reason.
Yeah. I think if there was one thing in your senior year you could redo, what would it be? What would you redo about it, and why?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. You want to answer this too? Why not?
I would definitely just do my college applications earlier. That was the main thing. Yeah, schedule my time better. Try to take more breaks.
What about you?
For me, I'd say figure out my plan for college sooner, because I was working on college applications, realized I was going out of state, and then I had to change my plan around that. So figure that out sooner, I'd say.
I'd actually have to agree with college. I really didn't start it until like almost last minute. So like I definitely wish I started at pretty much at the beginning, getting like all that stuff like through. You know, really looking into which colleges and working on them like as much time as I could, instead of like the last minute.
Yeah, I'd say if I could do one thing differently, I'd say be be a leader for the overnighter. I feel like I missed out on that, and I kind of regret it that I didn't do it.
Hold on, let me double down on that.
Double down.
As someone who was a leader, part of the overnighter, I really suggest you guys doing that. And if you guys didn't, especially if you didn't do it in ninth grade, do it again and be a counselor. And if you did do it in ninth grade, do it again, because I had so much fun. But as for me though, one thing I wish I did that I regretted was not getting my driver's license, because having a car, not having a car, and taking the bus sucks. So if you're two students watching, get yourself a car. Get it. I know the written test is annoying. Like, get it done early with. You'll just finish it and get your driving license so you can be able to drive. Giselle, you want to ask us anything?
I don't have any questions. Do you guys think the high school experience is like a scam? Like,
What do you mean by that?
yeah.
Like Disney movies?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, like what kind of like high school experience do you think you guys like got at Da Vinci?
So I got one. It had drama, but it wasn't like the typical high school drama. It wasn't like really a lot of fights. It wasn't like a lot of gossip and stuff like that. It was more so chill. But I do wish we had more sporting events, like our football field and like our own soccer field and stuff, to be able to support like our teams. I wish they told us more. But other than that, like I didn't get it in terms of like the testing. Like we had pretty much projects and stuff. So overall, it was different in no PE. That was a big element of high school.
Yeah. No, honestly,
Yeah, so I think in high school, like it's definitely not like the movies, right? Don't expect it to be like the movies.
Especially this school.
Yeah, like there's gonna be like, you know, there's always gonna be drama in life, so that you'll see it every now and then. But you know, don't expect it to be like the movies, right? Everyone, like in most like movies in high schools, like you might see like people and like don't know them, like it's a bigger high school.
Yeah.
But here it's like pretty like small, and I think everybody knows everybody. So like it's very like it's a very close community than I'd say like in like movies and like the high school experience that you might think of.
I agree with both of you. I feel like it's totally different. It's just from normal high schools. If you come to Da Vinci, just expect the unexpected. Really, there's a lot of changes that happen.
Yeah, I mean the high school motto is we do things different here. So you know, just really expect something different.
Yeah. Ask us a question.
What kind of question?
About high school.
High school related.
High school?
Yeah.
High school related? I got nothing. I got nothing.
Anything really? Anything like it could be teenager related too.
Yeah. Really about life. We'll try to.
Are you happy to be leaving high school?
100%. I can't wait to leave. I just can't wait to move on to the next chapter of my life, I would say.
Yeah, I'm happy to leave. I'm glad that I can move out and just go to, where my dad is now.
Yeah, I'm sort of happy, but like I wish we had more opportunity because it took away our 10th grade year. But other than that, this is our expiration date, and I'm just ready to move on and start making money and enjoy my life because I do not think I peaked in high school, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I think I'm better. I think I'm definitely ready to leave. Ready to move on and do bigger and better things in my life. Really move on and do the things I want to do.
What about you? Ready to leave?
I am ready to leave. I'm a little nervous, like what I'm gonna do, but I'm excited to leave and go to college and do all that stuff. I am, going to music school. Yeah, I'm excited to meet new people though.
Hey bro, when you get famous, right? I can be like, look at my kids and say, hey, look, I met him.
Mr. White, you want to ask a question?
What kind of question?
About high school.
High school related?
How many minutes?
All right, you guys ready? What are you going to miss most about high school? Let's start with you.
Here, hold it.
Yeah. I don't really know what I'd miss about my high school. I really don't. I kind of on the page of just wanting to leave, and in my personal opinion, I wouldn't miss really much except for like a couple teachers.
I'd say the one thing that I'll miss about high school is my friends. I'd say some of the teachers, like prom, like the school dances, those experiences, the parties, things like that. And of course, like sports in general. Like when I was on the volleyball team. Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna miss is like Ryan said, all of my friends. Like I know when we go to college, like people get disconnected and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which
I hope that doesn't happen to me.
Yeah. I accepted it, but I'm not gonna want it to happen. So I'm gonna cherish like my moments with all my friends, like the people I'm doing a podcast with right here. One of the things I'm gonna miss is like you have less responsibility, and I got a job now, so I kind of feel it a little bit more. But when we get out of high school, it's gonna be really like you have a lot more responsibility. So I'm gonna miss not having that so much.
Yeah, I think we all kind of touched on the topic of, like really going to miss our friends.
Yeah.
Because we're all kind of moving to different areas.
Yeah.
We're kind of branching out, doing our own thing. So, kind of branching out, making new friends after that, I guess. But yeah, really going to miss friends we made here. Miss some of the teachers. They were really cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, but thank you for that question.
Yeah, sure. So, specific. Like, be specific. Don't just say, well, I like this, like being here. Like, one specific memory that you have from high school, like one event, one moment that stands out to you. That either good or bad. We'll go with that. Start at this end.
Oh, dude.
It's got to be a moment.
That's a tough one. I'd say when we went on the trip to downtown LA. That was a very memorable experience. We kind of just went out and we just hung out with each other. We went to this me and our friend group. We went to a ramen shop and we kind of just hung out there for about an hour, it was a very fun experience, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I actually got a few. When we had our first spring formal, our first homecoming. I'll just go with that. Our homecoming, that was pretty fun because we didn't have that at first because we didn't have a football team. So we first had it when we came into high school. So going to that was pretty fun, and I'm glad I experienced that.
I'd say my most memorable moment was winning CIF for volleyball. Thank you. I cried during that, and it was just a great moment, I would say.
My most memorable moment would be the few times I would be able to talk with my friends from the other schools, like from communication specifically.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Eli, you want to answer?
I have a question for you. Yeah. I have a question for you. What is it like being a teacher at design? You know?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah. We've heard a lot.
How long is this podcast supposed to be, right?
As long as possible.
As long as possible. Yeah. So
As long
like,
as
what is it
possible.
like? Teaching the freshmen. How is it long? Like, how long have you been here at design?
Wait. One question at a time, please, Matthew.
Introduce yourself.
All right, this is Mr. White, Jason White. I'm a 9th grade English teacher, also yearbook advisor. Excuse me. So what's your first question?
So, what is it like being a teacher here at design?
You know, we do things differently here. I think that's the tag phrase, and it's true. This is, I think, my real quick math. 1, 2, 3. This is my 5th school, and it is definitely different in many ways from the other schools where I've taught. It's very non-traditional in many ways. I'll say one thing, and this won't really make much sense to you all, but one thing is very different about Da Vinci is we work really closely with our grade level teams. Excuse me, and having worked in high school, that's never been the case in any high school I've been at. So we're able to not only collaborate on these big projects that you have and things like that, but also, because you guys are doing video too.
Yeah.
Hey, all right, I got it. I'm a slow learner, but anyway. So we collaborate a lot on the grade level, which means we can do great multidisciplinary projects. But we also get to know the students really well, so we can we talk about students a lot. Believe it or not, we talk about you guys. Not you guys necessarily, but anyway.
You can be honest.
Yeah, we talk about you all the time. I'm just kidding. All right, what's next? You got another question?
So what's it like dealing with the 9th graders in general? Because I know I talked to Mr. V and he said the 9th graders each year they are like a little rowdy. So I want you to talk about
it
that.
varies. I'm going to say this year was better than last year in terms of 9th graders, just to be honest. But there was a group, I think about, 3 or 4 years ago, right before the pandemic. It was a really amazing group of 9th graders, honestly. It was the pandemic year. Oh, that was you guys. That was you guys. No, you guys were a great bunch of 9th graders. You were really one of the best. And I'm sorry that we didn't get to finish out the year, but it was really you were definitely at the high, one of the best.
No, thank you for those questions, guys. And
I was not expecting you to say that.
Yeah,
That means a lot.
Thank you for those compliments, and thank you for your time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
So, you have a question?
How do you think the relationship between the students at Da Vinci are? Like, how does it compare to other regular high schools?
So, how are relationships with at Da Vinci? Like, how are they different from regular high schools? Here, sit down. Actually, you can answer this question first. Answer this question first.
Yeah.
You want to take both? One at a time, please. I would say that relationships at Da Vinci are, I think, at all high schools, just because we are teenagers, they get very weird.
Yeah.
Like, at least what I say, along with some of the people that I know, that whenever we see a relationship or a couple like that are getting a little bit too close, it seems like they're trying to breed like on school grounds, which actually happened. If you guys haven't talked about that,
Which one?
the incident last year.
Which incident?
With the seniors that were caught.
Oh, I know what you're talking
You know what I'm
about.
talking about?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You guys remember that?
I do.
Do we want to
Actually,
go?
I knew them. I knew them.
Okay, well, my point is, I think relationships get pretty wild.
At Da
I
Vinci?
make the joke that they breed on campus, and unfortunately, last year that joke became true.
Yeah. I'd say the connections and relationships at Da Vinci are, I'd say, quite close with everyone. Oh yeah. Everyone I know went to Dana, and even before that, they were in school. I know you talked about this before, and it's just basically a family, right? And we're all leaving.
Yeah.
In the senior year, and I'd say it's a close and small community. I'd say that.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's a small community. It's all everyone's close knit. It's like we're all like literally separated in hubs, so we kind of just follow each other for the whole 4 years. So,
Is that you had one answer, or did we already answer it for you?
I said, do you want to answer, or did we already answer it for you?
I think you're
All right. Thank you, Eli, for the question.
There's one more thing.
One more thing.
For me personally, I feel like design was very like welcoming. Yeah, because you two, I didn't go to middle school with you guys. I didn't go to elementary school with you guys. I actually went to elementary school with Devin. But it's like I've only known you guys for what, maybe 3 years because of the pandemic. But like I mean, I might be a little bit too bold, but I would definitely trust you guys with my life. I'm just saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, but thank you for the question and thank you for your time.
Yeah, perfect. I'll see you.
Yeah.
Do we want to like wrap it up right now because they're doing the thing? Yeah.
We're gonna have to end it, bro.
Hey, we're wrapping it up right now. Thank you for everyone that is listening to this podcast. This is our final podcast for Da Vinci Stories Untold, and thank you for your time.
Yeah, we really appreciate everyone who came out to ask us questions tonight. Really took the time to sit down as well.
Yeah, and thank you for everyone for the questions.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who's been watching our episodes so far. We really hope that these episodes really help you in your high school experience.
Yeah.
Hopefully you grow.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll see you to be a great person in the future.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. This next one's called Open. It's for all you overthinkers out there in the world. Ooh, what was that? All right. They're all originals.